All right, we're here, folks. Gobble gobble. Except this is totally gonna be in the reverse. So obg.
Yeah, so if you see the title, we are talking about the things that we are ungrateful for in Nerdom, flipping it on our head, what we usually do with the Thanksgiving. So I believe this is either our third or fourth Thanksgiving special, which super excited for. That's our tradition. We tried to negotiate with Nintendo to get the Afro Puff Samurai out of the detention that they have her in. Negotiations failed due to her belligerence. So we'll make do with just us.
First thing I'm ungrateful for, Paulina Afro Puff Samurai just running her mouth.
So I'm Demetrius.
And I'm Demetrius.
And Meech presents
the Blerd City podcast.
So with that, again, we're going to get touch into things that we are ungrateful for in Nerdom. This is just like we talked earlier in season 5, kind of things that we were happy for, expecting, seeing in the realm of Nerdom this year. But now we're just going to flip it on our head with, again, in Thanksgiving. So we need a strong legal spiegel.
The purpose of this podcast is to explore digital and print media. All sources we reference are owned by their respective companies, and our thoughts and opinions are strictly our own and reflect no biases or corporate agendas. Your discretion is advised.
So jumping into this, before we get into the things we're ungrateful for, I'm very conflicted about this trilogy of movies that I just recently watched like last week. So it's a Lifetime movie. Now, with Get It Off Your Chest, it's usually us going on rants about things that we're mad about. I'm not sure if I'm mad or happy that I watched this, but it's this trilogy of movies on Lifetime called Single Black Female. And
what?
Yes, but the funny part is that the title really doesn't have anything to do with the movie.
What?
It's just kind of like it is a black female and she is single, but it just like doesn't give the truth about what this movie is about. So I'm about to go into full spoilers about this movie. This trilogy. Just to give you an idea of how crazy it gets, because for one, I know you're not gonna watch this, but
I'm not.
But if you're interested in this, just kind of skip ahead a little bit. But okay, so it starts off in the first movie with this woman. She's at her father's funeral, so she's giving a speech, and you know how Lifetime movies are just like crazy, dog. So we already see like this one woman, she's kind of like in a shrouded hat. So like, again, a black funeral show. She's like with that shrouded hat, wearing the veil. You're like, wait a minute, who is this? Is this like the dad's like lover or something like that? Because the mom looked back at her, and like again, her face was covered, so she couldn't see her. So turns back. So it kind of, I'm not covering the entire thing, but essentially, fast forwarding just a little bit, we learn, well, this assistant lady, so the main character is, again, a single black female. She's this movie takes place in Houston.
What?
Two of the 3 movies take place in Houston.
Oh, Lord. I'm scared.
Which is crazy. So she's like a hostess of a TV show. All of a sudden, she has an assistant. And the assistant comes in and it's like, oh, the assistant looks just like her. And I mean like just like her almost. Like they could legit be twins. So I'm clocking it. And again, this is a Lifetime movie. It's not,
It's not
Shakespearean writing. I'm like, oh, that's probably her sister. And then so turns out it is her sister, but she doesn't know that. But we learn, so this woman killed the neighbor of her sister, and again, her sister doesn't know that, and she lived in the apartment right next to her, which is insane. And like and all of a sudden she's like besties with this woman. Like the first night she met, she's like staying over, and then the next morning she's making breakfast for her. I'm like, dog, get out my house.
Ow.
I'm like, ain't no way. And you know what? She did the thing where so homegirl Monica, Monica gives her like she's the crazy one is because she's crazy. Simone sees like a picture of Monica and her best friend BB. So with that, she does the thing where she takes the picture and then she puts it down. And I'm like, that's the clue right there. That's the clue right there. So essentially, she keeps trying to get close to her. And this entire time, I'm like, dog, is she trying to replace her? Or is she trying to be like her best friend? Because I don't know how to read this. But essentially, it turns out that the dad was actually her dad as well. And like the mom was like a side piece in Virginia. So like the dad like cheated on Monica's mom or whatever. That's how it's implied. They don't really like go into detail about it. So with that, Simone kills like three more people in this first movie. She cuts the neighbor her head off and carries it around in a bag like it's a basketball dog. So like she's just following her. So eventually she's like, okay, she's trying to be besties with Simone. She's thinking she's going to get accepted, but it turns out Simone is like, no, not Simone. Monica's like, girl, you crazy, get away from me. So then she has like real separation issues because of her dad, and then like we learn later on that her mom is like, evil. Well, her mom hates her, so she killed her mom. Simone killed her own mother, which was crazy. So essentially it culminates in like she has everybody trapped in this fire. Monica's mom, because Monica's mom tried to pay her off, and she was like, "Yo, I ain't with that." We also learned that she kills the dad
Oh my God.
because the dad was like, "You just gonna make everything complicated if you come back." So you might as well stay gone. And she poisoned him. But the thing is like, why are you carrying around poison in your purse?
I have more questions than answers.
So at the end of the first one, Monica stabs Simone. Simone is the crazy sister in the house fire. So you think she's quote unquote dead, but I already knew there was a second movie. So go to the second movie, a nun picks up Simone, we learn, and she thinks her name is Grace, and she lost her memory. But this is the part that is crazy. So Monica moves to Seattle, and she's the TV host there. And Simone, the crazy one, she sees her in Houston on the TV, and she regains her memory.
No.
So I'm gonna skip like the whole details, but essentially she sets her up, where again Simone kills like three more people, frames Monica for it, and gets Monica sent to jail. And it's crazy because like she got her friend. There's this one woman who like befriended Simone, and the entire time she's like, "Hey, there's two sides to every story," and I'm like, "Dog, Simone killed like 10 people
In the first movie, you see this.
Dog, I'm like, she's carrying around a decapitated head like it's a basketball. What are you talking about? So then the third one, Grace gets out. I mean, not Grace, Monica gets out. And then it's like her and Simone trying to go at each other. But we learn that Simone in the second movie, well, in the second movie, we find out that she had a kid, like when she was a teenager, and then her mom took her away. So she learns who the kid is, and like at the end of the second movie. So by the end of the third movie, the kid tried to kill both of them so she could get the money from the insurance money that the nun that loved Simone tried to leave to her, and she tried to kill her own mom and her aunt. Dog, this trilogy was crazy.
I don't. Huh? I have. Well, so,
go ahead, ask your question.
First of all, why? Secondly, why Houston? Third of all, has there ever been a point where like Simone and Monica just get confused for each other by other people?
No, they look slightly different, but I mean they're both like, I don't want to say heavy set, but they're both like bigger. I mean they really look alike, and then again they're supposed to be sisters, but they don't get confused for one another. But another thing Simone did in the first one, because she like was the assistant, she took her clothes. Oh my God, this scene was so wild. She took her clothes and she was like she like put the clothes on, because throughout the movie she started dressing like Monica more and more. So one scene she picks up the dry cleaning, and then she's like and then Monica was getting people in this movie. She was bagging dudes in this trilogy. So she brings a dude back, and Simone is caught, so she can't like really leave. So she hides in the closet, and she watches Monica and old boy, a lot of tall, dark, and handsomes in this trilogy, get it on. And then she was like, let me join in on the fun by myself. You can read into that how you want to read into it. So this was crazy talk. But the good thing is every movie was an hour and 20 minutes. So it was palatable.
So it's only 80 minutes
Yes,
per movie.
That's all it needed to be.
So if I dedicate, I'm trying to do the math on this one. If I dedicate 240 minutes of my life into this movie trilogy, mind you,
Yes, trilogy.
movie trilogy, will I come out of it a better person?
It's about forgiveness at the end, so it's possible. And think about it, Meech. You will spend less time watching this trilogy of movies than you will what's Stranger Things Part 1, which comes out the day of this podcast.
You're right. But at least Stranger Things, at least I have a history.
That's fair.
Hold on, I may actually no, I'm gonna look this up and then consult the missus.
It's worth it. I promise you.
See, you say that. I don't know. What if it turns out you and me are the Simone and Monica?
Dog. I don't want to say that because I hate Simone so much. Dog, I promise you, I watched the first one. I was like, this is kind of crappy, but I kind of like it. Then the second one, I was so mad at the end. But the way it ended, I was like, I gotta watch the third one immediately. So that's kind of how it is.
Lifetime. All right.
All right. So the things that I've done a lot of talking, the things that we are ungrateful for in Nerdom, you can kick us off.
All right. Things I'm ungrateful for in Nerdom. This one's actually kind of a twofold example. I'm just gonna rope two into one. It is delaying a project for literally no reason. The two prime examples are Mortal Kombat 2, which I still don't understand why in the world it got delayed because
quite literally never gave a reason.
Yes, because they legit threw out a trailer early.
Yes.
The footage looked good.
Broke records.
People was ready. I was ready. I was gonna go in there screaming, "Get over here!"
We were gonna cover that movie,
but no. They decided to say, forget all that noise. You ain't watching this movie till next year. But the more egregious example, one I mentioned earlier in this podcast, one that I am still miffed about. After 13 years, y'all had time. Why'd you delay Grand Theft Auto 6? Grand Theft Auto 5 came out when I was a junior in high school. It was on a PlayStation 3, fam.
Yeah.
We're on PlayStation 5, and we still riding on GTA 5. And they give the exact same excuse of, oh, we just want to ensure this is a quality game and everything. I swear, if this game doesn't let me go into every single building, commit every single heinous crime to date, I need to be able to cut somebody in half like Art the Clown did in Terrifier.
And then dance.
Then crip walk all over their grave with the blood splatter going everywhere. If they don't let me do that, I ain't here for it. If they have to make us download an update patch day of, I am miffed. No, see, I could keep going, but no, I'm gonna stop.
The fact that you said that, it made me think about what if there's like an early beta release? Because most games do that now. So, whew.
You about to get me started again?
All right, so perfect. Because I was gonna start with something similar, something that I talked to you about, and texted you about earlier, like last week. The Last Ronin, the movie that was going to be created. If you're not familiar what The Last Ronin is.
God, bro, that was on my list. That was next on my list.
It's one of it's the greatest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle storyline ever created. So with that, just a very high level overview. Mikey is the last surviving Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
You don't know at the time.
Yes. You would learn it soon in the trailer and promotion, but you don't know that. So there's only one left. It's like dystopian future. It's like Shredder's grandchild, right?
Yep.
And basically having to go. And it's like really gory. It's very adult. It's something that a lot of people I think would like. It's kind of like the Logan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in a sense.
Yeah.
If that's accurate. So that was already that. I think they were going to create a game for it. And then there was a movie that it wasn't in production, but they had a plan to go forward with that. That was canceled last week as of this recording. And now they're going to go forward with another live action, family friendly Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, which would be the third live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. And they also have, yes, and they also have the animated one, which ended on a teaser with Shredder. My thing with this is obviously I wanted to see the Last Ronin. There's not, there's only so many turtle villains. And we already know if you're going to go live action, you're going to put Shredder in. You might put Krang in there at some point. And there's not a lot of other like heavy ones. You have like Bebop and Rocksteady, but they're like goons and stuff like that.
Dang, so, you're right.
So it's like a lot of the repeat. Like even in the first one, like back in the, is it 80s or 90s?
80s.
With that, it's like it's Shredder. I think the second one is Shredder again.
Super Shredder.
Yeah, and then the third one they go back in time or something like that.
Yep.
So, I know they tried to introduce female turtle, but I think that was a TV show they tried to spin off of it, or
yeah, that was the Next Generation.
So
Power Rangers.
Okay, yeah. So, and then in the second live action one, you have Shredder, and then you have Krang, which I believe led into Shredder again.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're going to do another family-friendly Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing, and it's just going to be Shredder again, which is also going to have the animated one, which people love, which is going to be Shredder again. So,
you can't forget Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Batman. That was Shredder too.
You're right. I did love that one. So, I am mad and upset and ungrateful that they canceled this one. What I'm more ungrateful for is that studios are so afraid to take a risk for profit that they're going to settle for a C- to a C+ when they can have an A. And that's kind of what I'm just like ungrateful for with that.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. And actually, my next one, I'm actually gonna like hop on to it. It's actually very similar, but it's like changing up the status quo way too much. Or because I'm about to talk about comics right now, specifically in the realm of comics, it's twofold. It's either you're changing the status quo way too much to where it's not realistic anymore, or you're trying so hard to keep people focused on this new stuff that you're neglecting the old. Prime examples is Peter Parker and Mary Jane. It's just the fact that, like, firstly, why is Mary Jane Venom? I'm still gonna hop on that today, because why is she Venom? Because in her entire character, well, firstly, I don't believe she should be a superpowered character anyways. Like, she worked best as a supporting character, because if everybody becomes a super, no one's super. At this point, you might as well just saying, hey, give Aunt May superpowers.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Kind of almost did already. Except he just controlled a robot suit. A Spider Slayer. But
oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
But again, it's just like you keep trying to change up so much in Spider-Man lore, trying to keep it exciting, but people clamored for one thing for y'all to do, and y'all doing y'all hardest to make sure it never happens. So much so, y'all canceled the 2 Spider-Man books where it happened and was outselling the main Spider-Man books. Ultimate Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows.
I love Renew Your Vows.
Yes, and then also, if you want to go even further back in time, the Spider-Girl comics, OG Spider-Girl. You canceled all 3 of those while Peter over here in space actually running pockets. I'm not even gonna lie, he actually on ball. He on ball right now. But still, it's just the fact that, like, you are like y'all so adamant on keeping Peter and Mary Jane separate, when for over 20 years in real life they were married. People grew up on them married, and they expect to see them married, but you don't. And you know how crazy it is? See, I learned that apparently in Mexico, they have like their own different like versions of Spider-Man. Like it's the same comics, but translated in Spanish. But at a certain point, they went into their own different direction. He's married in those comics, still to this day.
Wow.
But to Gwen. Yes,
It's
yes.
interesting.
Yeah, Gwen's alive in Mexico and his wife.
Jeez.
But yeah, they just don't want to see Peter Parker married. And even that like goes into like, hey, why is the whole Ultimate Universe ending when it's been a consistent banger for all of the different Ultimate Universe properties? Big thing I'm ungrateful for.
I think that's kind of like what a lot of people are afraid of, similar to what you talked about with obviously we don't know this, but with DC and the two Batman universes, where it's like at some point everyone believes that James Gunn is going to kneecap the Battinson at some point since he's in charge, and because you can't be taking up my block. Like that kind of what I'm thinking is happening with the main Marvel and then also the Ultimates, particularly with like Spider-Man and what you're saying. All right, so for my next one, I am going to go to power scaling and anime.
Lord.
Particularly with villain power scaling. Now, I'm not going to say the show that triggered me because it's going to be spoilers and it's too recent. That's all I'll say, but I'll use Naruto as a proxy to talk about the actual show that triggered me with this one. So you know how with Madara we talked about, this is kind of ridiculous how overpowered he is by the end.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of this is like the third or fourth the show that you know what I'm talking about, where the main villain is like, hey, I'm technically dead, but I inserted my consciousness into someone else as a vessel. This person, they defeated my consciousness or weren't aware that it was there, but in a moment of weakness, I now overtook their consciousness and oh boy. And it's like I can't really die, and it's like I regenerate too much, and I get that you want to make the main villain strong and it's wrapping up its ending. It's really hard and reaches a point of unbelievability where these characters can't defeat this character and you're really stretching the fact that they beat him. Now, I did enjoy the last two episodes because the season of this has been peak, but it's just like, man, this is too much. Like, this is legitimately too much for you to make a villain this way. And it, again, the way that it ended, I did respect and appreciate it. And it was really well told. But in some cases, you get how Madara got, where it's like, oh, an alien comes and overtakes his body. Or Soul Eater, where it's like, hey, you used everything in your arsenal. You go and just beat this person with a punch, which happened again. But yeah.
I have two other examples. Actually, one was a major spoiler for a certain set of movies that are out.
Yes. Inserting consciousness and overtaking someone's body after you die. Exactly. And I forgot that was what made me think of it too. Yes.
And then also, if you think about it, Zamasu.
I mean, they had to wipe out the timeline to stop this.
I was like, we have to summon actual God and erase everything just to defeat you.
It's too much.
Also, it's like it's also kind of like uncharacteristically of bad storytelling, in my opinion. If you make a villain so powerful that your only way of defeating them is Deus Ex Machina, or all right, you defeat the villain. It's like, oh, let's make a twist that he's not actually dead the entire time. It's like,
yes.
It's like, but then it's like, oh, we got to defeat him another way. It's like, listen, and this trope goes all the way back because I'm about to pull out a major bag on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Naraku.
Ooh.
From Inuyasha.
That's a good one.
How many episodes? How many seasons do they spend trying to defeat Naraku only for him to keep coming back stronger, or they never defeated him at all? Nah. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Once a villain dies, they should stay dead.
I think also with that, because sometimes they feel, well, authors and creators, directors feel like they need to have the main villain be defeated by the main character, like absolutely has to happen that way, is that they write in such a weird way. And with the show that we're referencing, if you don't know, it is what it is. But one of those characters had the one of the best episodes of the entire series, and like defeated the main villain. And the main villain even was like trying to get to the vessel and be like, oh, dang, I can't get to the vessel. It's up for me. And then they're still able to get the vessel, even though they said they were defeated by the vessel, which then lessens the feat by that character, in my opinion. Like, even with Naruto, where Guy probably should have beat Madara, but they were like, we gotta get to these space aliens, and we gotta have Naruto and Sasuke win.
I don't even think like the whole alien part was even necessary. That's one. But two is like, okay. At least you show Guy like, hey, put him on the back burner, or at least have it to be where Guy's sacrifice was it weakens him a bit so that Naruto and Sasuke can seal him and step over Kaguya.
It was kind of like, it wasn't even an Uno reverse with my guy. It's just like, nah. Let's undo it. So what you got next?
All right, next up is just this really irritating thing. It's irritating in the sense of it affects how I'm watching the show, and that is what I like to call the frames.
Oh boy.
Yep. Let's go ahead and talk about it. All right, so imagine you watching the hottest new anime, and you were just enamored by it, and like for the first season, heck, I'll even give like the first 2 seasons, you're like, yeah, we own something, we own there, baby. But then that next season drops. But that wasn't the only thing that dropped with said season. The quality takes a sharp nosedive into an abyss to where you can literally see, or you can literally tell what programs they were using when animating this episodes. We're talking about the frame lock. We're talking about One Frame Man. We're talking about 7 deadly frames.
Oh my god.
Like the whole idea that, all right, you have this hot new anime and y'all want to like capitalize, pull out a new season. All right, cool. I'm good with that. It's like, hey, continue on. But don't release it at the expense of quality. There's a reason that we've waited quite some years, like a year or two, for Demon Slayer to pop off. Because they wait, like they make us wait, but in that time they cook. Now, One Frame Man has no excuse.
Zero excuses.
They have no excuse as to why in the world they frames is 2 per second. Because I'm pretty sure everyone has seen the GIF or seen the clip of the main antagonist Garo sliding down a hill. And it's literally just a PNG of his character art just sliding down. No
interaction with the ground.
Just no ground interaction, no shadows, nothing. Like, no. As a matter of fact, just pack it up, because I was excited for One Punch Man, all right? I was excited to see what they were going to do with Saitama versus Garo. Now I'm not excited at all, because I know they're going to butcher it.
And then I think the season was supposed to introduce the waifu that people get like real crazy about, or like the sister of the waifu, one or the other. So I haven't watched one episode of it so far.
Yeah. I say save your effort, save your time, because as a matter of fact, just go read the manga. That provides more frames than the entire show. And Blue Lock, I hope you guys learn from this.
Please.
y'all lock in and get y'all's act together.
All right. For the next thing that I'm ungrateful for in nerddom, sticking with anime. Now, it isn't something that is immediate, but I think it is something that's on the horizon. I think we're at the peak of anime fandom throughout its history. Like we're like Demon Slayer broke records. Chainsaw Man's getting got its own movie that did a lot of good ratings. Everyone's hyped about it again, DreamCon and stuff like that. I think we, in terms of anime, are at the Infinity War of anime. And in 2029, we are going to be in the Endgame slash Far From Home, or No Way Home aspect of it. Because a lot of things are ending. We got My Hero ending. Demon Slayer is no longer an anime TV show. It's a movie series now. One Punch Man fumbled the bag. Chainsaw Man, what was it, 4 years between seasons or 2 years between seasons or three, something like that. Jujutsu Kaisen by 2029 might end. You would know better than me because of just how many arcs there are. And I know you said calling arc is like essentially as the middle or like wrapping up kind of.
Yep.
So with that, Bleach should wrap up next year. And a lot of like other things. What is our anchor anime going forward? Because we also, again, lost Attack on Titan. I don't know what that anchor shonen anime is. Maybe Chainsaw, but the problem with Chainsaw Man is that, not for us because we're adults, but I don't know how much it appeals to the kids because I don't think parents can let their kids watch Chainsaw Man. With, with some things that happen. So usually there's like a shonen that can like lead the way. Like Black Clover is essentially done. It's in its last arc. Like when I was reading it, the creator said it's on its last arc. He has to just like create like 2 more chapters and he's done with it. But he's just like taking time with ending. So there's not really like a main central point anime.
Yeah, and One Piece can only do so much because even it's in its falling action phase.
Yes, because like I think about it, and we have Dandadan, we have Spy Family, but usually there's like that one shonen where you know you're going to be with this for like the next 5 to 7 years of your life. If Boruto was like no filler, and we're not playing any games, no filler whatsoever, and we're gonna release 24 episodes a season, could it possibly be the anchor, or is it too much bad will already?
Think at least with it, right? Yeah, there is a bunch of ill will already. It's definitely affecting it. It's just like it's only whenever they get to that specific arcs when it finally hits stride and it gets animated and hopefully animated well that maybe by word of mouth it will slowly start to gain its goodwill back, similar to how Dragon Ball Super with its episode 5 debacle, and then going by the end of it, it's like, yeah.
That's fair. But I really can't think of anything that's going to get to that point in 2030. Like, what's the crack for anime in a sense? All right, what you got?
All right. So let's go ahead and pivot a little. Let's go ahead and pivot a little to another game, to where I have thoughts on. Sorry, I need to unleash some rage for.
Is it the one I'm thinking about?
Oh yeah, you do. Let's just say, hey, you're going into my mind right now. Because what is that campaign mode, man? What is that campaign mode? In case you're wondering what I'm talking about, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 dropped. And mind you, when it comes to me, I like the Call of Duty games specifically for one mode, and that's zombies. But because I'm slightly a completionist, I'll do the campaign too, mostly because Black Ops taught me that, like, oh yeah, you need to play the story mode before you unlock zombies mode. I'm like, all right, I'll just do it for every last one, and then I'll be fine. But but this campaign mode, it was rough. It was rough. We've lost the plot. We've lost the plot quite literally. Like where was the days when we were just focused on facing terrorist organizations, facing traitors within our midst. Whatever happened to those people? Like whatever happened to like having your character go through trials and tribulations just to fight, yeah, to have a shootout with the main bad guy and the main organization and win in the end? When did we turn into Inception? When did we turn into a whole show about a whole game where you're playing a character inside the mind of another character? When did it get so sci-fi? And don't you dare say advanced warfare,
I was about to bring it up.
because they never went this far.
It's just too much.
Because this is jumping the shark moment. This is the big lipped alligator moment of the entire Call of Duty franchise, and I can't look past it. I stopped playing it.
Yeah, because I know, Advanced and Infinite Warfare. After those, that's when they like were like, hey, they had to hit the reset button, and then they went to the World War II version of it, which was a really good campaign mode and solid like storytelling and everything, and like even the game mechanics reset. But man, this one I know it was like one of the least liked trailers of all time. And the ratings, it's so crazy that you mentioned that. I think critics like have it like at 8 point something, like 8.3. And yes, and then the users have it like at a 1.8. Like, is it even is zombies good in this game?
Yeah, I say it's typical zombies affair. I mean, I really haven't like exactly delved too deep into it.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because of time and also again my aggravation with the story mode. So it just made me put down that whole game in general.
All right. Well, I used up my ungratefuls. It might pop up, so I know you got a list, so I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so I'm just gonna list off one last one, because I managed to merge a lot of them together. My last one is what I'm ungrateful for is the treatment and representation of black superheroes, especially in the current media. What do I mean by that? I'm not talking about Black Panther. That was amazing. And I still have a place in my heart for Black Panther 2.
Mm-hmm.
But my main concerns were, well, firstly, was primarily primarily with Blade and just the treatment of not just his character, but his entire movie story.
Mm-hmm.
Just the straight up, like the delays, the cancellations, the eventual cancellation of his movie, how he basically does not appear at all, especially in the MCU, apart from that small cameo, like the unseen cameo in Eternals, which Eternals is a terrible place to have that character in, not gonna lie, because it's a movie that literally does not matter.
Only one I haven't watched.
Good. And again, it's one of the main MCU movies that does not have a narrative stake and does not matter at all.
I didn't even know that it had a Blade reference in it till you told me.
Yeah, he's literally the last post-credit scene of the movie.
Wow.
Like he was teased along with another character with Jon Snow.
Yeah, okay. That's crazy.
But yeah, that's the only thing you've seen of Blade until you get to Marvel Zombies, where he becomes Moonblade. I'm just gonna call him Moonblade because, and he does well until the zombies take over, and gets him clapped. Black Panther got like a really great send off, even though it was an unspoken role he had, but he still died in the end to the zombies. Again, that one was just a mean-spirited show. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't seen Eyes of Wakanda, if that's even out. And then of course they did Wonder Man, in which of course they cast our boy as Wonder Man, when in the comics he's a white guy. So yeah, and then don't even get me started on DC and their representation as of late.
We have lanterns.
Yeah. We have Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa, as John Sewer.
And Mr. Terrific. That's
Yeah, and Mr. Terrific as well. And those are it. You can literally count on one hand the amount of good black representation when there's a whole thriving network that you can build just off that alone. Milestone Comics, come on, man.
They won't let DC use static. I know there's more, but they won't let them use static.
Again, I'm most ungrateful for just the state of black superheroes in Hollywood.
I will say this, the fact that we haven't had any, I think he was in Young Justice, maybe, but the fact that we haven't had any static appearance post his show is crazy.
Yep, only appeared in Young Justice, and even then it was like for a couple episodes.
He would have been perfect on the CW. As flawed as those shows were, during peak Arrow, peak Flash, the peak, he would have been perfect during that era.
Like, boy, if you don't, all right, I'll let you have that one.
Both of those shows had like 2 peak seasons, and then went off the. If he would have showed up against Tobias Whale,
I was just saying that. I was like, please do not have him go up against Tobias.
Oh, but that was fun. So those were the things that we were ungrateful in Nerdom this year. Some of them joking, some of them not so much, but that's kind of what we had. So if you want to leave a comment or send us something about what you're ungrateful for in Nerdom, feel free to do that. But Meech, let's wrap it up with what's hot.
All right. All right, so in what's hot, again, we have One Piece going on hiatus because the Egghead arc is rapidly closing soon. As in My Hero Academia, the curtains are closing very soon. And then Spy Family, consistently great. Gachi Akuta, consistently good. In the realm of comics, you got Miles Morales. You got the Ultimates universe, which is ending very soon, unfortunately. And then you got the Absolute Comics, which is going absolutely stupid. Again, I'm never going to Absolute Gotham. You will miss me with that. We also got Null that's coming back. I don't know how that's gonna go, but we'll find out. Also, the Eddie Brock Carnage series has officially ended, and that only leaves the all new Venom and Amazing Spider-Man. Yay.
You're gonna be so mad when Mary Jane has the Cosmic Force. It becomes Captain Universe to defeat Null.
I will literally write off just comics for good. Like at that, no, I'll just scratch off Marvel from my itinerary because I'm like, ain't no way. Listen, if anything, I need Null to come back and just stay away. Just stay away. Either stay away from MJ Venom so she doesn't infect you with terribleness, or just take Venom away from her, please. But all right, but we're moving on. Into mostly happiness. All right, so in the realm of movies, Wicked 2 has dropped. Zootopia 2 will drop very soon. Actually, I think the day of this episode.
This week, yeah.
Yep. Same thing with this movie Eternity, which I seen the trailer for and seen the premise of. I'm here for.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Let's get it. We're gonna do a review of it because we gotta see how my boy Freddy Fazbear. I need to see Springtrap come back. I'm just not ready for all the gooners out there for Toy Chica, but
yes.
Then we got Avatar: Fire and Ash. Yeah, that's apparently coming out in December or whatever.
Are we reviewing that?
No. And then we get Return to Silent Hill, which they released the trailer for. It is the movie adaptation of the beloved Silent Hill 2 game. I will be there. I will be in that seat, and I will bring a fog machine with me just so the effects can last. If it comes out in 4DX, I'll be there. And I will be dragging people with me to see
Taking a risk, boy.
I know.
You gonna get headbutted again?
Oh, dang, you're right.
Yeah.
Actually, that wasn't even 4DX. That was
Well, I know it, but yeah, with 40X, it'll make it worse.
Dang, you're right. You're right. I might have to leave somebody at home. All right, TV. Welcome to Dairy. Absolute banger.
I have a question about this though, because we talked about it before. How do you feel about this like taking place like I think it's the 60s, right? Like
Yeah,
no, early 70s.
20,
It's like
it's 27 years prior to
so
the end.
yes. Man, these black characters, dog. I feel so weird watching it because I'm like I want to enjoy this. But then I'm like, dang man, why I gotta deal with this?
Listen. It just makes it makes for me, it's like my catharsis is Pennywise, please, for the love of all that is unholy, and these people.
Oh my gosh.
I know you go after children, but I don't care. I need you to make an exception.
Yes, these lily whites.
I need an exception. But and then next up, Stranger Things is back.
Yep.
It is back for the first part of this final season.
I'm ungrateful for that haircut that they gave. Is it Lucas?
Yeah.
That thing is wild, boy.
Another thing I'm ungrateful for is black hairstyles. Because it seems like after Killmonger, y'all could only do like two
Well,
hairstyles.
yeah, that one. We have kind of like the high top fade and we have bald.
Mm-hmm. You gonna really do like 2 to 3. All right. Now the realm of gaming. They released some trailers. The first one is called The Mound, Omen of Cthulhu. It comes out in the summer of 2026. Yes, you heard the name right, Cthulhu. I have to be there. I'm about to haunt the entire world. Next up is Hellraiser Revival,
Ooh.
a video game based on the Hellraiser franchise. They released the first original trailer, which was a red band trailer that they just dropped on YouTube. Didn't even let nobody know before you saw some Yetis on the screen. Crazy work. And they did the same thing for this new trailer.
Uh,
But best believe I'll be playing the game because Hellraiser. And then next up is another game trailer that they released for a game called Below. Now, from the looks of it, it looks to be the game Outlast, but set in Egypt.
Interesting.
And that's all we get for that teaser trailer. And that's all I got.
All right, so I'll just be really quick. So there's this new TV show that came out on Netflix called Last Samurai Standing. So that's something that I definitely want to check out. It looks kind of like the one that Jet Li movie where it was like you just kind of fight till there's no one left. So I'm definitely interested in that. And then another one, Hazbin Hotel, which is on Prime Video. You can check out if you're interested in. So going from there, we hope you all have an incredible and great Thanksgiving. Yes, Meech, hit us with the plugs. Let's get up out of here.
We're going to hit you with our plugs and then I'm going to disappear. All right, so we got our Instagram, X40 known as Twitter and Threads, Blerd22. Like, comment, subscribe, stay up to date on notifications. YouTube and Patreon, Blerd City Pod. Donate some extra cheddar, get access to very exclusive episodes. We got a Discord linked in the Instagram page. Come join a community of pure degeneracy. Email address, blerdcity22@gmail.com if you want to send in things that you're ungrateful for, or you want to let us know about how things are, like what you're doing for Thanksgiving and just different things like that. Hey, go ahead, send an email, even if you want to collab. Finally, I am the Jedi Born on Mustafa on Instagram and TikTok, however long TikTok stays Chinese before it becomes American. And then we also have merch at blerdcity.myshopify.com. Link is in the episode description. What you got?
All right, for my individual author pages, we have my Instagram, that is Metri_dash at METRI_DSH. For my X/Twitter, that is at the Matt-16. And if you're interested in my novel, Phantom Reckoning, that is available on Amazon, Kindle, and Barnes & Noble. So with that, we will leave you with some words of encouragement for the holidays.
All right, so in this holiday season, you're gonna run into family members you may have not seen in a while. You may butt heads, and it's gonna be a chaotic time. But hey, focus on the good parts of Thanksgiving. Focus on the food. Hopefully it's well seasoned and focus on the football. Pray that your favorite team wins unless it's against one of mine. At that point, you all can kick rocks. Looking at you, Austin. But yes, so yeah, just go ahead. Remember, it's a time to spend with loved ones, and if you don't have anyone to spend it with, hey, you still are loved too.
Nice. And for me, I'll just say with this Thanksgiving, there's a lot of things like we mentioned to be ungrateful for, especially with 2025 being the year that it was. And essentially post 2020 to be honest with you. But hold on to the things that make life worth living and be grateful for those. So with that, it's not goodbye forever. It's goodbye for now. And that's the Blerd City Podcast.
See ya later.